shoe day. It doesn't actually rhyme with the day it is. If I had managed to do this yesterday, it probably would have been a more appropriate situation, right? But we gotta get these shoes. How are you doing? See, let me get a look, because they're in here somewhere. But we're not going to be able to try and take them off the corpse until Kim's gone to bed. See, what I wanted to do was try and get the body shipped off today. I think that would have probably reflected quite well on us in terms of our job performance. Not that we necessarily care about that. However, there are shoes on it. Big old army boots or something. I don't know. They sound like they're made of ceramic plates or something. Sound like man was walking around in a couple of toilets, to be honest with you, but I need to see what that's about. Getting the hanged man's boots. The body has to be down, check. Autopsy finished, check. I think check? I recall concluding that we had not determined the full cause of death. I don't remember actually finding one after that. I may have failed a perception check. But I think the autopsy is essentially finished, insofar as I am able to call it finished and send it off. But number 3, Kim has to be absent. He would not approve. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to the processing without getting hold of the boots. I'm not going to let that happen though. I would simply get boots off victims' feet. And I shall endeavour to do so. So we have about half an hour, I think, before Kim goes to bed. I could be wrong about that. What else can we get to in the meantime? You need to pay for the damages you caused in the whirling in rags. I am convinced that I already did this, but this is a problem now. This is a problem. I recall he said I owe him like 100 or something, which doesn't make any sense. What I had actually intended to do between the last stream and this one was go back to previous VODs and see if there had actually been a scripting error. I'm pretty sure there was, and I paid a bunch of this off, and the game, I swear to God, that this sounds like bullshit. This sounds like I'm trying to lie to you like I would lie to guards in the game. But I swear, I paid for this room, or something happened. Some part of the debt was cleared up, and yeah, he gave me a check, but I think that was separate.
Can I help you?
About the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much is it again?
A lot. For the room and broken window, 100 real.
We might just die. I don't know if it's a fail state if you can't pay for your room, but this doesn't bode well for me. It's my phone vibrating. This is an intrusion on my existence right now. Okay. So I have to check it just in case it's something important. Fortunately not.
Yes?
I am absolutely screwed, I think. Just make sure Kim can't go to bed yet. One of the loading screens tells me what his threshold is, but I recall it saying after 10 pretty much everyone's in bed, or is that after 1, after 2? It's got various figures, but I forget which is specifically what. Yeah, he doesn't seem to really want to go anywhere. I take it I can't get back in here. This must be locked, right? Okay. That's troubling. I forgot to collect my hideous visage from the mirror. Whoever's next in that room is going to have a hell of a time when they go in that bathroom. My face is stained onto the glass in that ensuite. I tripped over her, and he was like, "Ah, fine, whatever, I'm sorry, please don't sue me, I'll take this part off or whatever." But I don't know if he's now factoring that into the overall figure he's providing me with, because 100 is a lot. There's no way around that, that's bad for me. I'm gonna have to sell everything I own, which probably not my best move, because then I won't own anything, you know. Although isn't there something kind of freeing in that? At least from the perspective of my character and his kind of fraught connection to the mortal coil. Psychically. I don't think I want to buy these trousers from Kuno, considering I'm already poor, and they were, like, expensive. Fine booze and drink it sounds doable, but I also... I run the risk of dying. I can't actually heal, I just realised. All these things kind of need money. So I suppose it falls to me to conduct a little bit of triage and decide where I'm spending that money right now. I'm stood on a lamppost, that's pretty cool. So, I'm unlikely to get myself into a situation where I fail 2 physical checks and take 2 damage and just die and game over. That doesn't seem too likely, but it's not impossible. I will be able to go to bed myself soon. Actually, no, that's not true, because I can't afford to sleep anywhere. Huh. Let's have a look. Blue oblong pen. This is Kim's. I don't want to sell this. Comes with a side order of resentment. He'd hate me forever. He would hate me so much that there's probably even dialogue of him chastising me for selling the pen, or worse, just being sad about it. That thing sells for a decent price, but again, Kim was very fond of this. I don't want to exclusively pawn off items that he feels have some kind of value. I want to give them to him, you know, once this is all done with. Postcard, La Delta 51. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist, vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. I do have this production schedule filament memory, and this thing sells for a lot. Honestly, the price on this is so high, I'm skeptical that the guy in the pawn shop would actually take this off my hands. But also, it must have a use. The thing is, I'm sure so many of these things must have some kind of use. I don't want to just sell them. And it's only a handful that actually carry a value high enough that I'd even consider doing so. Unfortunately, though, some of them do. It's technically fortunate as well, but I don't want to get rid of the shot put ball. It's so round. A ball used for playing shot put, a favourite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old-school piece of sports equipment would be a sin. Yeah, okay, well that's even more aggressively voiced what I was just kind of saying. It's given me the hard confirm on do not sell that. So explicitly that it's driving me in the direction of maybe do not sell anything, because it directly says you feel like you should hold on to this. And that's the feeling that I'm having. They're not sparking joy necessarily. Intrigue, however. Does Marie Kondo have a rule for if it sparks intrigue? What would she have me do? Insane mesh tank top. Why did you even get that one? No, really, who put it in that drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. It was in a weird place. I don't remember exactly where I found it, but there was a slight mental thing of like, huh. Well, I'm in a pickle. A money pickle. I could continue to kind of interrogate that guy, but he doesn't really have much useful information. I think talking to him mostly just makes Kim sad and angry, which isn't something I'm necessarily in the market to be doing right now. Back to the journal. I'm just thinking around in circles. It's going to take a few minutes for my brain to wake up, full stop. But even once it has, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to land on a course of action particularly cleanly here. Because part of me just wants to pass time, because I got tunnel vision about those boots. I want to get there, I want to get the boots from the corpse in the fridge, see if I can prise them off without ripping the feet off or doing something terrible that makes me vomit and damages my morale and makes me die in the street like a fool. As is the constant fear. Though my morale is doing very well right now. But outside of the game, my morale, as it kind of ties to my hopes, or at least my expectations for my character and now well-being in the immediate future, pretty low, I'm not gonna lie to you. You need to pay for the damages you caused in the Whirling in Rags or you won't have a place to stay tonight. Ask around for money and be careful with your spending. If you're unsure how much you owe, ask guard. Oh, this is really getting under my skin, because I know that I've done some of this. And I don't think I'm just getting confused. I don't think I'm having, like, a thematically appropriate amnesiacal snap. I don't think that's what's happening here. I think there's some script fuckery. But I don't know how to find out. But if there has been, like, a proper bug got on, that's a really deep hole to potentially have been dug into. Who else has unauthorized access to the Whirling Trash? Where is the rest of the armor? Return to Kuno. He lied to you. He fucking did? Alright, that won't stand. It's time to repunch a child in the face. It worked once. I'm sure it'll work again. Though it is past his bedtime.
Kuno care?
I talked to Mañana about the armor.
So?
He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him.
Yeah, so? Kuno did sick the pigs on him. Kuno's a man of his word.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
I will remember this, Kuno.
You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, Grief and the Kuno.
I didn't get fucked that bad. He kind of just made me walk a few steps and then talk to someone who I forgot he even mentioned. He's over-connecting himself to my thought processes here, but that's okay.
After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Well, I'm definitely not a legendary empath. Despite the fact that I made him respect me. So I don't think there's much more to say about that. We got a task complete. That's technically a good thing.
Perfect.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Alright. Calm down. Still don't... Wait, I can interact with that now? Hang on, where's he going? Where's he going? What are you doing? He almost... He's trying. Is it gonna let me access the roof via wizardry? Oh, hey, Bingus. Yeah, I never remember what I actually have my follower only set to. I usually have it at an hour or more. But I guess I've relaxed it, which is good. Ooh, uninspected thingies, though. Oh, inaccessible thingies? He's trying to go somewhere. Kuno's fucking electric. Why, he loves to talk about being electricity. Or copulating with it. It's slightly vague. Right, where are you going, lad? What? What do you mean? We just ran all the way across town to the damn eyebrow hut shack. Eyebrows, eyebrows, eyebrows. Referencing that, I don't know why. Oh, it's only 9:30 and I have not even begun to solve my financial situation. Are any of these straight up just like jobs? Interview the Wild Pines rep. I don't think she's going to give me much money. Union boss. Already did give me a novelty check. Oh, I don't know what happens if I can't find a place to stay. I don't know if it reaches a certain point in the clock and I just, you know, die, or... I'd love to sleep and heal, though. At some point. Again, after I get those shoes. Okay. It said punch clock, and for a second I was like, I can punch a clock. I can punch everything. I'm the anti-object task force. I don't think that's quite what it meant. Well, this is highly meandering. I really don't want to go around begging for money. See, I'm loath to even attempt to mechanically address my financial situation within the game without first confirming that it's a legitimate situation I'm in, and not the result of a bug, but I'm just... It's eating away at the back of my brain.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Oh, well, I'm not a formidable empath, although that's quite the title. Kind of wish I were now. I don't really want to ask this guy for money, but I will do. Can I just buy some change for a working stiff?
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They who?
The bosses, man.
I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement. For them.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had saved 4 myself.
Oh. Thank you. That's all for now. I'm sorry for asking. Bye-bye. What a nice fella. Oh, Kim, what are you doing, man? He's vibing. Oh, I don't have any music on the stream deck. I could have him dancing to all kinds of things right now. The important thing is that he's having fun. It's gonna really mess up the soles of his feet, though. Alright, that's enough for you, man. You're gonna set the ground on fire. Maybe it's time to at least consider pawning some stuff off. Although, I don't believe we've met. Oh, nothing to meet. I see. At least time can't move, as I kind of aimlessly stomp around worrying about my pockets. Presume I failed this.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Oh my god, 3%? In the dimming light, something has become clearer. And Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. But I remain, just devoid of the ability to conceptualize, apparently. It's about as hopeless as it gets.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Well, that wasn't useful. Jesus, Kim, what the fuck was that? Man crept up from a nether realm to growl in my ear about the inaccessibility of this particular residence. That's wild. Hope he doesn't do that again. Orange bum hat, okay. No Safet, yes! Saves me buying some. I'm now slightly less doomed to die. Okay, it's made the noise again. Sometimes when things make this noise, I'm holding the thing that would allow me to open it if it were at all possible. Huh. Oh, the water's clipping in and out of audio existence again. Also, last time I streamed this, I complained consistently about the switch port because that's the version I've been playing, and even though I love it, it has a bunch of issues. They fixed it! There was a patch like 2 nights ago or whatever. The loading times have gone from literally over a minute to get into the Whirling in Rags to like 2 seconds. That's not an exaggeration in either regard, so that's cool. Huge quality of life improvement there. Used to crash a lot as well.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
And I haven't played it too much since the patch, but seems a lot more stable so far at least.
This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Hello?
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door. With the smoker. You already were there. Didn't work.
Kim, tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint sweeping sounds inside.
Are you still there? I couldn't get in the back.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
I am the law.
You can't think of anything convincing. Time for some police brutality.
Uh-oh. I kicked the door.
No, you're not.
I mean, I did.
You don't scare me, punk.
What the fuck,
I'm
kicking?
only an old woman, but I can still take the likes of you.
I'm used to kicking things damaging my health. It is a level of buffoonery to which I've become excessively accustomed to being on. Morale, though? I don't have that much of that to throw around. That's troubling. I guess I just walk away. Well, that didn't go well. I believe I've exhausted all of the conversation I could possibly have with you from down here, right, Cindy the Skull?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Yes and no. If you're not going to talk about the murder, would you maybe at least talk about the missing armor from the body?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Isn't armor, like, art? For the body?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time!
And if there's a little girl wearing the gloves there?
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you.
I'm not really clear on why you told me that either. Maybe I'm secretly accidentally charming despite my stats.
I have a weakness for animals.
Oh.
It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
Oh, I see. Is my transparent inhumanity. That's sad.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
Or that. Can I choose to believe that? Can I opt into that as my belief in healer morale? Please? I'll catch you later, Cindy. Ooh, new thought. Is this the anti-object task force? Did I finally get the promotion I've been waiting for?
Anti-object task force. Behold, the anti-object task force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the darkened one. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage. A new reality. Also, you should trash your room again.
Joke's on you, brain. I can't afford to access my room. What do we get here? +1 pain threshold. All physique lining caps raised by 1. Attacking physical objects heals damage. Holy shit. What? Well, that's good stuff. That just turned that sad little mailbox into a health station. Wonderful. That was a lot better than I was expecting. Kinda tempted to get the old Mazovian socioeconomics back up in the old brain, but I don't think I have a requisite cabinet slot to fit it right now, and I don't know if I want to spend a point on it because I only have 3. And the bottom line is, I have some real statistical blind spots here. My endurance is 2. How is that even possible? How is that possible? What the hell? Damage -4. That's how that works? I didn't know they were so intrinsically tied. There was definitely a relationship, but I didn't think it partially represented the health bar itself. I thought it merely governed the length of it. Logic 0. See, this should be troubling for anybody, as far as I'm concerned. I struggle to believe we can make it very far in the wild with 0 logic. It was at -1 for a while. That was scary. I didn't even know that was possible. But you can have negative stats. I don't know if that can make things worse than having things at 0, but it at least visually represents harrowing. 44.63 and I owe 100. It is 20 to 10. I'm just going to put it out of my mind until I know more about what's going on with the boots. Oh, hold up, actually. If I'm going to get into some new conversation, I should probably be dressed more appropriately. Which isn't necessarily to say that I'm inappropriately dressed right now, but there's definitely some inventory which I can take to kind of ensure that I am best prepared. Suggestion, you see, is a good one for a conversation. Drama, potentially. More so than physical instrument, I have to imagine it'll be useful, but 1 and 0, probably not that meaningfully distinct in terms of the actual roles that the game will give me. I think we're just not going to see anything dramatic happening. Reaction speed and rhetoric, potentially both useful here. What am I currently wearing? Nothing! Okay, well, is it worth taking a hit to my rhetoric? I don't think it is. I think it's lower. I am over-preparing. This is just unnecessary. Do I have any cigarettes? I do. Okay. How does one smoke the cigarette? I'm used to pressing in the left thumbstick on my Joy-Con. I don't actually know how to do it here, one sec. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Nope. Is it this? I'm sure I didn't light up before, I must just not have looked properly. How does one smoke? I don't know why I have such difficulty doing this in 2 different versions of the game now. I'd expected that my occasional inability to engage with the cigarette was a symptom of some kind of bizarreness with the Switch version. But now I'm realizing it's just me being, you know, just lacking the mental capacity to figure it out. Which is sad. Why can't... Is it in the... Maybe if I put it in the left hand. Nope, that's much worse. I have no mouth and I must smoke. Now it's auto-saving, but I haven't... Oh! Okay, so you do have to click on the button, but there's some kind of weirdness with where it lets you. So everywhere I was clicking on it was doing nothing. And I think the only interactable bit was the little number, which has gone down from 4 to 3. Fascinating stuff. Sorry, I don't know why I over-explained that so much. I felt like I ran into a wall and I was like, what am I doing so wrong? But I think the thing that I was doing wrong is somewhat defensible of me. Like, I think it's understandable.
A striking woman
I will sleep
leans
tonight.
against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What does the L stand for?
Leighton, my maiden name.
A bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. Okay.
I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
Please don't do that. That is inappropriate handshake conduct.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Ah, Kim.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation.
Sorry,
and
that
the
was...
full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Sorry, that was my Windows noise. So, a notification has appeared in the bottom right of my monitor. Device setup. Let's finish setting up. If this time still works for you, select OK to get set up. Device setup? I use this computer every day. I have done for months. Why are you still bothering me with this? I don't... sorry. I should have system sounds at 0, really. I usually do. Though I'm not exactly sure why I'm apologizing either. Sorry, I missed everything she said. How interesting. She turns to you unfazed. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meantime, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group. You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Lovely. Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19, because that's the type of sloop it is.
But what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft.
Oh.
A 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
I'm unfamiliar with the terminology pleasure craft. Sounds like a kind of game that Steam would not show me because I tried to make it filter out all of the extreme breastises. Not that I have an opposition to them, I just need a functioning Steam store page sometimes. You know?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Don't do that again.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I wish I had any empathy stat so I could tell if he was fucking with me or not. But I don't. So I'm just going to choose to believe that he's enjoying. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
That motherfucker Caillou? I thought we were in Revachol.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
I still don't feel like I've seen anyone else sailing a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
And are you licensed to do that in this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
Ooh, it doesn't get better every time you say it.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
I don't necessarily think she needs one. But I'm gonna ask to see it.
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but two insulindic regattas. Even finished once.
And the other time?
The other time, I would have finished the race were it not for an urgent work matter, much like the one I'm on now.
I'm still gonna need to see a license, ma'am.
Actually, you don't.
What do you mean?
The Wayfarer Act specifically denies the RCM the authority to demand anyone's operator license. It's a little-known fact among us law officials.
How exactly? Like, how little known?
I was just being polite. Even school children know the Wayfarer Act.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, look at me.
No need to resort to self-pity, detective. You can still ask for her passport.
Oh, okay, yeah, show me a passport then.
Of course.
She searches through the pockets of her raincoat, producing a bundle of documents in a sealed plastic bag.
The woman is silent, smiling while the waves lap against the hull. In your hand, under the plastic, a light blue passport saying, Republic of Vespa. The coat of arms has a lion and an ostrich. Seagent.
Let's check the photo page.
The woman, born in the year 3 in the commune of Revershaw, smiles at you. Face adorned with frown lines and crow's feet. The photo is recent. The name reads, Rejoice Leighton Messier.
Your name is Rejoice?
Yes. But please don't call me that.
Why?
Joyce is much more efficient.
By one syllable. I wouldn't necessarily stretch to describe that as much more efficient. You're from Vespa?
My husband is. I have dual citizenship. A Vespertine is handier when travelling.
I see. Everything appears to be in order.
She nods and returns the plastic bag to her coat.
I think I have a handle on this whole boat thing.
Good.
It would definitely be pertinent to my investigation to know a little bit more about what Wild Pines does.
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
Well, what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things, and that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
A billion?
What is a billion?
It's a number, officer. A big one.
What's it made of?
It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands.
Numbers like that mean nothing to me.
Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary. But they are quite real for the 72,000 employees who depend on Wild Pines for their paychecks. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It is a tremendous responsibility.
Why does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lormantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavour. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
What does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving, the workers do. Company's nothing without them.
We built this district.
On rock and roll.
All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions. The plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
I prematurely advanced the dialogue before my brain could land on the revelation of we built this district in Revachol. It's a tragedy, and I apologize to everybody for it. Most of all myself. A person whom I sincerely let down here.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Yeah, see? You put the suggestion garment on. You get a little bit of suggestion going. You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? What is this? An athletic challenge? Scream it from the top of your lungs immediately. Show that asshole.
Why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What nice fabrics.
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes, a scythe of booze precedes you, your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable.
She doesn't know that.
You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
Options to peruse. Hang on. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough.
You think your little communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Can I have some money?
Voila, you're doing it. Really put your back into it. Yell it from the top of your lungs.
Help me. I'm poor. I need money to keep living.
Yes, of course. I'm sad to hear that. How much do you need?
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
So I need 100 real.
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
What the fuck? She reaches into her raincoat and pulls out a zip bag. In it you see paper notes arranged like black gills.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you.
Perfect.
The paper is cold and oily to the touch.
Perfect.
I was not expecting that. Holy shit.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
I mean, if anything, or the other way around here, I feel like, how do I respond to this? I'm genuinely grateful. I was absolutely ruined before this. I'm your little peony now. Can I get a response to this woman that, like, appreciates the fact that she just gave me that? I'm still getting my head around this whole money concept. You were just helping me out.
You're right, man, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act. unseemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries?
I think I'm probably good for now, to be honest with you. Seems like a good place to get the reality lowdown that my journal has been crying out for. But at 8 minutes past 10, it's potentially not the best time. Could ask her about the tattoos. Could ask her about the lynching, but considering we're not going to be sending the body off today, I feel like that can wait a day itself. That's all for now, thank you though, genuinely.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Will be easier to now. Lovely stuff. I should have done that on the other file. Anytime I had an option to ask someone for money, I never picked it, because I never needed it, and I'm convinced that there's been some kind of bug that has resulted in me needing it more than I should have done on this file. But it turns out some people give you money. Who knew? Definitely not me. Sensational discovery. I'm so freed up now. Okay, so Kim can go to bed, I can go and get the boots. I can pay at the desk. See, I'm not even convinced that I need a room for the night. I don't know how it technically functions, but I have a feeling it might be a fail state akin to losing all my health or losing all my morale. I'm sure it's spelled out as much. I could probably even consult some part of the UI to find out. Let's have a look. Anything here? Not specifically. There's a... oh, I've lost it again. There's a tiny little question mark somewhere. Not, but it's not this. But there's a tiny... I don't know where it's gone. Oh well. Probably wouldn't have helped anyway. Oh, wait, oh. Hello. I didn't realize you...
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for the damages yet, though.
You should take care of that, then.
I think I have the money now. This is money, right?
I'll also take a room at the Whirling. One cannot get much closer to the crime scene.
Okay. He wants to look out the window at where the corpse was, I guess. That's a little bit morbid, but if it helps him solve the case, you know, if he's prepared
Can I
to
help you?
do the necessary things for his mental health afterwards, between jobs, as he is hopefully able to do, then that's all good. About the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I have your money, and I'm sure I've already given you some of it, and I'm sure you let me off the hook for some of it, so I'm excessively overpaying you. But keep the change, you filthy animal.
Well?
I can actually hit him with keep the change, you filthy animal. I hope you choke on it.
Great. Perfect. I hope you enjoy your freezing cold room with the window you broke yourself.
I appreciate the draft.
I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically at 9 p.m. Starting tomorrow, please pay for each night in advance. 20 real per night. If you don't have the money, it's over for you. Got it? You've got nowhere else to stay.
I'll take a room here, too.
Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
When in Rome, I saw something else here.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Actually, it just so transpires that I didn't. I apologize.
Yes?
Yes. Okay, that's all good. Okay. Time to get to Boot City. I need these boots. It's all I've been able to think about. To the extreme detriment of my performance regarding everything else. Go away, Kim. How do I make him go away?
This is
Okay.
the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Okay, we're doing it Boston legal style. I can do that. I'm gonna wrap up the whole episode. The question is, which one's
The
Shatner
air
and which one's
outside
Spader?
is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How'd you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
I wonder what his stat sheet looks like. I bet he's rocking a meaty savoir-faire. I mean, it's probably a waste of a cigarette. I don't think I'm going to benefit. I don't think having my logic stuff go up or whatever is going to help me in this conversation, but fuck it. Cigarette's a great idea. I'm going to have one too.
Your call, detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night.
Below, the city trembles with its remaining lights. People are rushing home, running away from home, smoking, sleeping, singing in the shower. Edges of dining tables, hands, aprons flicker through windows before the lights go out.
Let's debrief.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think it went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it.
Sorry, I don't know why these volumes are all over the place all the time. What? Did I... door stuck! I beg you! Kim, help me! What do I... God damn it! Game over via unsuccessful debrief softlock. Hate to see it happen. When was the last time I saved? It's about 7 minutes ago. Can't believe you've done this. Serves me right for attempting to lower the volume of the music so I could hear what he was saying in the scene. What the fuck? Miles away.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. You should take care of that, then. I'll also take a room at the Whirling.
Ridiculous. See, this is why I'm saying I don't trust God. I adore this game to death. I truly do. But there's a little bit of jank here and there. Occasionally it crops up. And the idea of it extending to the scripting really doesn't seem too far-fetched. It's the kind of thing I've encountered in, you get it in like your Fallout New Vegases, you get it in your Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and considering just how nebulous and unbelievably detailed all the stuff this is keeping track of at any given time seems to be, again, it's well within the realm of possibility as far as I'm concerned that I'm being repeatedly or overcharged for this stay, but I'm gonna have to check the VODs because I just can't be sure.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it?
I have your money.
Well?
Let's apologize this time. Nah, fuck it, keep the change, you filthy animal.
Great, perfect. I hope you enjoy your freezing cold room with the window you broke yourself. I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. Starting tomorrow, please pay for each night in advance.
I'll take a room here, too.
Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Pour me a drink.
Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker? Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie? and doing this?
I don't know, dude. I find it quite difficult to look at you. You have a very off-putting face.
Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted?
Yeah, a drink from the cafeteria would be great, to be honest, man.
What you want is a goddamn drink. How is that so hard to understand?
That's what I'm saying.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
I'm an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, then you need to insert alcohol into my mouth.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple?
You do not want to taunt me. Not when it comes to marinellas.
Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it.
See you. Buster. Okay. Let's see if we can get through this balcony sequence. I have high hopes. I gotta say, some of these areas now, despite this being on my gaming rig, on my SSD, etc., have better load times on Switch now. Which to some extent could of course be down to things like texture resolution, but even still. It's the last thing I was expecting from a game with the longest load times of all time, which that version really did seem to have. Like, it was impressively inefficient. I rationalized it by saying there is so much high quality voice acting in this game that it must just be taking ages to kind of cash that in or whatever, and that probably is still what was going on, but...
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
But they've optimized it so heavily from that I am like, how was it so broken to begin with at this point? Very happy and impressed with them for it, though.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's
Right.
go out to the balcony.
Let's try it again. And I will never press the escape key. You have my word.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How do you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this?
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit.
Debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think it went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can, but we have some leads we can follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, but we did manage to get him down from the tree. So as they say, all's well that ends well.
I keep forgetting I shot the corpse in the chest. Not a good look. I just wanted to make sure he was really dead.
Right. Then we performed the field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we missed something. But at least the corpse has been refrigerated. There's still work to be done at the crime scene, though.
Still work to be done on the corpse. I need those shoes.
Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean.
That's my forte. Unlike most cops, I understand how important communication is in our line of work.
Very important indeed. Well, we conducted an interview with Everard Clare. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
I'm sure I can get him to tell us more.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I want a different name, one I haven't ruined yet.
You can look into the process of changing your name after we finish this investigation.
Perfect.
We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
Might be tricky since she, just gave me 100 real, but we'll see.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
It's just video game shit, my dude.
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, that's just how we roll in Precinct 41. In fact, no, I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
Yes.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
I love this character so much. He's so good. So what are our powers exactly?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Why not more than 1,000?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Rebachol.
But if it caps out like that, that just means that people who are particularly wealthy can essentially pay to commit crimes without having to worry about it, whereas people who are caught committing those crimes, even out of an act of necessity, are absolutely financially ruined by the legal consequences. That doesn't work at all. Sorry, carry on.
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up, though?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see. And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
And what happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couronne and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Rebachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you actually expecting me to say which one I thought it was? Because you didn't phrase it in such a way that made me feel like you wanted my take on it, so I just thought I wouldn't provide one. What's the moral intern?
The Moralists International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
Say, hypothetically, just as like a joke, if I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
You telling me this is the head honcho responsible for the insane clown posse? The stakes have never been higher. What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
Kind of a weird stance. What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why.
What's their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
I have an opinion on the Morrill tone.
Do you?
I apparently, just let me think about what it is. Things about So I presume the answers to questions like these are the things that affect the numbers that I end up seeing here. In fact, my communism has leapt from 5 to 8 in this stream alone, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I think I've got my sorry cop up a bit too. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeoisie organization. That's not bourgeoisie, is it? That's bourgeois. I believe there's an actual technical distinction between the use cases and pronunciations, and potentially even spellings. Protecting bourgeois rights.
No. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting the people of Revachol. That's the hand we were dealt. Without the MI, we would be common vigilantes.
Well, I just got a communism achievement on Steam, so I guess that answers my question about the, Oh, yep, Communist 9 now. It's just zooming up there. Okay. Vigilante sounds bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez, most of them at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses, the red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will improve the situation here, and at least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Me neither. Thanks for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. We made it through the sequence. Door no longer stuck. Lovely stuff. It's boots time. You don't need to wait for me to go in, Kim. You're tired. It's okay. You disperse from me. It's all good. I have secret operations to get up to now. Go to bed. Kim, go. Bye. Go away. Oh, freaky man. I love you, but like, let me live my life. Okay, here we go. I'm sure he can't hear me running. I should probably close the door. I don't have anything to steal. It's fine. I'm sure Gart won't mind. I mean, he's always so chill. So, I don't know what else is actually going to be meaningfully different now that I'm not rocking with Kim in the entourage. I haven't done a lot of solo time in my other file of this, which I am currently actually rapidly approaching the point of progress on, and threatening to overtake it. This may become the primary playthrough. Though I will definitely be completing both, in any case, because the characters are so different that they're genuinely just completely different experiences I'm having with both
Hello again,
files.
sweetie.
How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I was thinking of the lyrics to a song. Want to roll with me?
Ah, yes. Probably Roll With Me by the Fletchers. People often quote the Fletchers at me. Morel says it's my theme song.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do like a wheelchair thing when I said it. I feel bad now. Are you okay? I'm very sorry I crashed into you earlier. I don't know what got into me.
Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that?
Yeah, what was that?
From where I was standing, it looked like you were about to pull out 2 guns, but drew out 2, birdies instead. Well, I'm glad you weren't injured.
I think I actually was injured, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. I took a Nosafed. Or potentially, you know, if it was morale damage, something for that instead. I walked it off. So I opened this, right? Miyazaki! Okay, wonderful stuff. Miyazaki's shortcut blown wide open. Oh, get me some boots. To get some refrigerated Yeezys on, it's gonna be powerful. But let's think about it first. Physical instrument. Maybe half-life. Nope, interfacing definitely. Reaction speed. Pry bar? I don't think it's gonna require the use of a pry bar, but you never know. I don't want to fuck this up. I need these.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
I'm gonna try and take his boots off again.
The body is reluctant to let go of the boots, as though it were its last bit of dignity. You're going to need to summon all your strength for this undertaking. Whatever you're planning to do, you need to do it before you catch pneumonia in the cold draft coming from deep inside the fridge.
Is that an actual risk? It's terrifying. Okay, pull on the right boot.
It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock beneath the boot.
That's progress.
It's not completely useless.
Well, that's
You're
it.
able to it feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot, but you're able to get the boot to move a centimeter or 2. Just relax. This is easy. This is happening.
Adjust his seating position first.
He's too heavy to move by yourself. A great mass of dead muscles, with hoarfrost covering his milky eyes.
I guess I'll just try and twist them off then.
This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually the boots come off, with nasty slices of polymer sock stuck to even bigger pieces of skin and rotting flesh.
Okay, how badly have I fucked this situation up?
Not good. Let's pin this on the bear. The ice bear tore up his legs with its claws. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you've cleaned and disinfected them thoroughly. Yes, these absolutely need to be washed before. The stink is incredible. Didn't the Whirling have a kitchen?
It does. I don't know how much more I can get away with making Gart to hate me. But I would also love to make him hate me more, because I don't like him myself. Can I mock him about the boots? Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
No, I can't be like, look at you, you've got no shoes, you stupid bastard.
Come back later, Corpo.
Shame. Okay. I need these, though. Boots with rotting flesh. Use interact. It's going to be time consuming to examine these? Okay, don't smell these boots. Better yet, don't even think about them. Unless it's to think about how you're going to get them clean, that is. For now, they're unsellable, unwearable, and just downright disgusting.
These boots were probably left on the corpse because they were impossible to pull off while it was hanging. They're not exactly pleasant to look at right now, much less smell. Graceful whirls cover the boot's glossy surface. These will be gorgeous once you get them clean. Fairweather T500 VE is imprinted under each heel. Still, just pieces of sock and rotten cadaver.
I want to try and get them clean now, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But, oh my god, I got the boots. I don't consider it a victory until they're wearable. But we got the boots. This is huge. I hope they fit. Shoes are kind of a specific garment. Armored shoes, presumably even more so. Need to pass time? Buy a book? I do have some readables. Maybe this is a situation of, wait, when's the kitchen open? Don't tell me. Okay, good. Just let me, Yo, they got stuff here and everything. What is this? Oh! Making back some of my money.
This industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many hungry hostel guests. There are several pots and pans on hand.
Oh no, this is just begging to be messed up by a heron.
A commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. It could be used to make enough stew to feed an entire city, and also to boil a putrid pair of death boots.
I want to do both of those things.
There is a variety of soaps and bleaches in the cabinet to the left of the stove. There is also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet next to the fridge.
Wait, it's giving me a binary choice of what I use to attempt to clean these shoes? I don't want to choose wrong. I don't want to dissolve the shoes with vinegar. That would be terrible. Pour some dish soap and a bottle of white vinegar into the pot. Is that okay, or is it going to make like a horrible chemical reaction that explodes? I don't think soap and vinegar are capable of doing that. I'm going to do it.
The delicious smells of cheap soap and vinegar waft up from the pot. All right now, chef. Light up the stove and boil them.
Add water and the boots to the pot and bring it up to a nice boil.
The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away from the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil.
I am troubled by item lost, but hopefully it's going to hit me with item gained. Clean Fairweather T500 boots without rotting flesh.
Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float to the bubbling surface.
My god. Beautiful.
A 2-course dinner of rotten flesh and hardened ceramic. The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it too, just like beef stew.
Little more.
That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get. Steam dense with the smell of strange meat disappears into the vent above the stove.
Dump the sock in the flesh stew and examine your new boots.
A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect.
Master Chief out. Let me get these on. Going full Halo mode. Combat armor. I'm gonna win the cooking prize. +2 authority, -1 composure. Oh god, they look messed up. These greaves are light as feathers and just a tad too big for you, but don't let that bother you. Put these on, You look like some kind of future warrior, and they'll keep you safe if you accidentally shoot yourself in the foot. So worth it. I'm gonna do it. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it. Oh, what the fuck? I look ridiculous, but they're amazing.
You look down at the white ceramic sabatons hugging your arches and calves, surprised at how well they fit.
I'm gonna be responsible with this. This is just to protect me from harm, not to goof off.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
It says the longsword's after enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it, I must study it.
Yes, you should analyze the armor. Figure out its vulnerabilities. Remember, the vitreous enamel material acts as a kinetic redistributor. It's meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design.
Damn, I can put the armor in the thought cabinet? What the hell?
For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
I'm sorry, someone covered in the same materia? That's in this game? I'm fucked, dude. I can't even survive, like, drinking 3 beers in a row. How am I supposed to compete with somebody who's using materia? New boots!
Oh! Wait, what? I'm just goofing. New boot goofing. Oh!
I'm so fucking happy! That's all I needed. I'm good for the day. I'm made up. We have new boot goofed. It has happened. I'm gonna let it happen again. I'm overjoyed.
Oh! Wait, what? I'm just goofing. New boot goofing. Oh!
God, they're the same boots and all. We're the same person. Phenomenal stuff. Well, that's the grandest come up in the history of the whole universe. I don't think I've ever achieved so much on or off stream. Wonderful stuff. I'm gonna head off with my new boot goof glow. I hope you're doing okay. Look after yourself.